Going to see if I can find my pallet rack beams. It's taken me way too long to find them. No luck for me today. These are all 8 foot wide. I think they're 9s actually, but I'm looking for 12s. The search goes on. Well, we got 3 of the 4 pallet racking pieces that we need. 2 will set the uprights at the right distance, and the 3rd one will keep them straight, and I'll find a 4th somewhere. So I'm pretty happy. It took me over 2 years to get these beams. My friend explained how it works with pallet racking. When you need it, it's crazy money. And when you don't need it, people are throwing it away. And that was the case. The first sets I got, I believe I paid $100? Yeah, something like that. Most of the time when stores close, they send in liquidators, and then the liquidators eventually sell off the pallet racking. And then the big places like Home Depot, when you drive your forklift into pieces, crews will come out and replace everything. So those crews are required to scrap every piece that they don't use. But I think, just like videotaping and airplanes flying, I think sometimes some of the pieces get saved, and that's good. Whether it's a gray market, black market, I don't know. But we got these, and they were 40 bucks a piece. Now the best I ever found was, you know, like in Ohio, 500-600 miles away, they'll be 20 bucks. But generally speaking, I find them for 75. I've found them for more. They're kind of rare because these are 12s. And I have found them for 50. And I just thought, like, man, 50? 4 beams? 200 bucks? That's no fun in that. I go by the scrapyard, laying up. Someone going, yeah, 5 minutes ago, before I drove into them, they're fine. I'm at a little marina. And people at marinas, life is good. So they'll start up a conversation, and I lost my train of thought. What was I telling you? So $50 is a good price, but not good enough for me. And generally speaking, I find these things, but they're not where I'm traveling. They're always somewhere far. This is no exception. I'm within 2 hours. I went ahead and paid $40 a piece, which I'm happy about. Ended up getting 3 of them. And like I said, 2 will stand up my uprights, and I'll be able to position the pallet rack and get it in place and start working with it, get my final measurements. All will be well. And then the 3rd one will hold things steady so it doesn't tip over on me. And sooner or later we'll get that 4th one found. But I think I'm going to wait patiently for the 4th one. You watch, one day I'll be telling you a story how it landed in my lap. So hopefully that won't be fell out of a truck on the highway, came through my windshield and landed on my lap. So the pallet racking adventure is now going well. It took a couple of years, but let me show you some pictures of this setup. Welcome to my storage. There's no Wi-Fi here. There's electricity. And I think the ceiling is about 13 feet. And my cell phone doesn't work. Even if it did, I do not have the ringer turned on. Hasn't been turned on since Friday the 13th, November 20? Something like that. So, here's the project. I'm going to have to slide this all this way. And we're only going to go a few inches, but that's going to require taking that weight off, I believe. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to hook up the 12-foot beams, and they're going to go this way. And they'll go out to here, and I'll have them hooked up. And then I'll begin sliding everything over until this upright, which is right there, is flush up against this wall. Sound good? Probably will be a long night.
A friend came by and helped, which was a great help. And it was kind of interesting. I can't stand this space here. I think that's 5 inches. But the way we started was, follow me this way. Watch your head. This was already up and in place. And that's our 12-foot beam coming over. And when this side was, I take that back. When the left side was hooked up, okay, that was me over there on the ladder. This was braced on the wall. This simply slid into place. Right, so accidentally I put that in the right spot. So my friend was bound and determined to tell me, no, you do not have to slide this whole thing over this way. And I said, but that little space kills me. It's going to cause clutter. People are going to stuff stuff behind it like this. And it's eating up the space in a room that's 10 by 11. And a room that's supposed to be very clean, painted white. And we should be able to take pictures of things going on Craigslist, Marketplace, even eBay one day. But he insisted, and I was like, oh, that kind of thing kills me. But in the end, I can put a cabinet in this space. One of these cabinets will look like this. Or a filing cabinet. A letter size, not illegal, but a letter size filing cabinet. They tend to be fairly deep, that's 3 feet, and they would use that space well. All this has just arrived over the last couple of years. It hasn't been that long, but these are mini parts coming after they've been sorted. And the setup here is, those are mini subframes, and that first shelf is at the height so that the subframes, they can be on the concrete and up. They've rusted a little bit since 1967, so they should be fine. And then the first shelf holds these larger windows. The key is to have that shelf lower, and then because of the size of the windows, we get a shelf way up there. That's all brand new screens for miscellaneous windows. I'll take that screen and separate it, cut it down, and then put it back together as a smaller custom screen for windows. And those are Schwinn frames. You can't go anywhere and expect to build a good storage place and not have Schwinn frames. Let's take a look at this painted room again. So behind us is an area that's going to have sawdust. And I think the area in front that you're looking through that doorway, those are the garages. That's where, like, you can pull your car in, change your oil or whatever. That also may take place in the area behind us. I call the area behind us the auction barns. This spot is going to get a 2x6 ceiling. Now, someone built this years and years ago. Judging by the bridging they used, that code doesn't allow that for quite some time. I think they canceled that in the 70s maybe. It might be regional too. But so that tells me that's 1960s or so, or older. And this beam that they put on, or ledger, it has a little bit of a sag to it, but I can, with a string line, straighten that out. Now we're spanning 11 feet with 2x6. That's not quite enough. However, that's not living area, and I kind of want to store cardboard boxes up there. And I'm starting to learn now. Let me get back. I need a GoPro. I'm starting to learn that don't build to perfection. Put the 2x6 up because number one, I have it. And number two, I usually put solid blocking here and here and here. So the floor will flex, but it will not fall in. You could even put weight up there and it would sag over time, but it's not going to fall in. Now, since I'm not intending to put weight up there, I think I'm okay with that. So the question is, well, what about other people? Well, this doorway is going to get an iron gate-like thing. I want the mini room to be kind of a wine cellar. Probably will cut oak off the sawmill, put oak up, and then rusty auto parts. Rusty auto parts over brown oak or red oak. Rusty auto parts over red oak should look pretty good. So this was painted some time ago, and for this morning, because it's gonna be a hot day, I think I'm gonna see if there's any more white paint left, and we'll get this painted up, cleaned up. We couldn't access the corner before. It's just hand painting. It's white for a primer, and then it's gonna get coats and coats and coats of white. Always repainted, always clean. And tires aren't gonna live here. If the trucks worked, maybe the tires would get worn out. Those are trailer tires above to be fair. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit and bring you back.